Hi, my name is Matthew Malthouse and welcome to the Chiron Theatre YouTube channel. What is the aim of our YouTube channel? Well, our aim is to provide information for anybody who loves theatre. Whether you just love going to the theatre, whether you are an actor, or whether you aspire to train to be an actor, we aim to provide you everything you need to satisfy your theatrical cravings. If you are an aspiring actor, we also run with Chiron Theatre Chiron Audition Prep, which is online audition preparation. So we have 3 courses for you to watch and stream in your own time, covering everything you need for your drama school audition. Due to coronavirus, most of us feel like our theatrical enjoyment has been paused because we can't go to the theatre, but there is more theatre online and available for free than it has ever been before. So I'm going to talk you through some of the best ones that you can see now and some of the sites and channels for you to follow to make sure you don't miss anything that's coming up soon. First place to look is the National Theatre Online. They are streaming loads and loads of their hit shows over the last few years. They've done One Man, Two Governors, they've done Frankenstein, they're doing Coriolanus. Every week they're releasing new pieces for you to watch. They're all completely free on the National Theatre's YouTube channel, and more are getting announced all the time. So maybe give them a watch, give them a subscribe, and then you can watch some really high quality theatrical pieces completely free. Another place where you can find some great pieces for free online at the moment is The Globe, all streaming again through the Globe Theatre's YouTube channel. I will say though, if you are watching these things for free and you're really taking advantage of them, most of them are being shown free, but they are having links to donation pages. Maybe think, can you afford a couple of pounds? If every one of the 200,000 people that watch One Man, Two Governors on the National Theatre's website donated the price of a cup of coffee, that keeps that theatre running. It gives it a fighting chance to reopen. Another theatre which has started doing some brilliant stuff online is the Bristol Old Vic. Currently, right now, they're showing The Grinning Man, and up and coming is the opera Messiah. The Grinning Man is a fantastic new musical produced by Bristol Old Vic and then came to the West End. It's a great piece of modern theatre. It's quirky, yes, it's slightly off the wall, but if you love your musicals, you want to just see something different, give that a watch. Stratford Festival are releasing a selection of their Shakespeares online. It's been running for years, and every year they do a big Shakespeare festival. They're releasing some of their performances gradually over the next few weeks and months. Other great regional theatres that are really worth looking at, it's the Colchester Mercury Theatre are really leading the way with the online content. They're doing a lot of interactive activities, be it monologue competitions, new writing competitions, sing-alongs, as well as also showing some of their previous theatrical productions. Another place you can find really great content is the Chichester Festival Theatre website. If you don't know Chichester, Chichester is in the south of England, about an hour and a half from London, and they produce the highest quality theatre productions. Every year, about 4 or 5 of their productions normally transfer into the West End after their season at Chichester. Really check out their website because there's some fantastic pieces there. You really don't want to miss out. If that's not enough for you and you still want more, there is more places for you to look online to find more content. It won't be free, but it is available. One of them, Digital Theatre. Digital Theatre offer 2 packages. For £7.99, you can stream the play or the musical you choose over like a 24-hour period, I think it is. Or you can subscribe for £9.99 a month, and you can cancel that at any time. And then you can get access to their complete library of things that they have. There's hundreds and hundreds of plays and a selection of musicals. There's a fantastic new British musical called Pieces of String. They did stream it free for one night a few weeks ago on VE Day, but if you missed it, really worth watching. Fantastic, heartwarming piece of theatre. The Old Vic, they're currently streaming Monster Calls, which is one of their hit plays from a couple of years ago, I think it was now. That's streaming in the Old Vic Theatre, so please check that out. You don't want to miss that. Onstage.com is a fantastic site where you can see loads of Broadway and American musicals. They're really well filmed. They're filmed to really high quality. The only downside is it's more expensive. So maybe look through their list of options, and if there's a few things that you fancy watching there, maybe consider a subscription to onstage.com. Another great way to source Broadway musicals and Broadway plays is broadwayhd.com. They have a subscription service as well. You can either subscribe for the whole year or you can subscribe monthly. But if you want to see the big Broadway musicals filmed to a really high quality, check that website out, broadwayhd.com. I will put a link down below in the descriptions box, so any of these places you want to look, whether it be the National Theatre, Chichester Festival Theatre, the Globe, they'll all be down below, so don't think you have to memorize this. Okay, so you're the type of person that doesn't enjoy watching theatre productions on TV or watching theatre films live, and I understand that. I, in the past, have struggled to watch theatre productions on TV because you don't get the connection, you don't get the same kind of audience reaction. Yeah, there's still ways for you to get your theatre kick without actually watching a play or a musical online. There's some fantastic documentaries going on Netflix, Amazon, or on YouTube for you to watch now. The first one I'd recommend, the Netflix documentary. I always get this name wrong. The Best Worst Thing That Ever Could Have Happened, which follows the 1981 Broadway production of Merrily We Roll Along, the Stephen Sondheim musical. It follows it from the auditions, to the rehearsals, to the opening night, and the reviews, and it's got complete access to Lonnie Price, the legendary Broadway director, Stephen Sondheim himself. So you really are getting the information and the stories from the cast and from the greatest creative team of all time. Another one you should really access was the making of Miss Saigon. When Miss Saigon opened, it was such a big deal. It was a huge musical with huge production values. So now it might seem a little bit dated. The music hasn't dated. The music is still beautiful. It's still a really wonderful watch. So check out the making of Miss Saigon. The third musical documentary I would recommend is Every Little Step, which is a documentary following the 2006 revival of A Chorus Line. It's really interesting, such a famous, iconic piece of theatre, and to go through the process of remounting it for a modern day audience. You're still not satisfied. You don't like documentaries. You don't like watching theatre online. What can you do? If you're that type of person, what I would recommend for you is Fosse Verdun. And it follows the relationship between Bob Fosse and Gwen Verdon. If you don't know Bob Fosse and Gwen Verdon, Bob Fosse was one of the most successful director choreographers of all time. I still think he's the only person that's won a Tony, an Oscar, and a Golden Globe in the same year. Unbelievable achievement. But he had a lot of muses and he had a lot of relationships through his years, but the most lasting one and the most poignant one was with Gwen Verdon. Fosse Verdun is a heartwarming, heartbreaking tale of their relationship and how sometimes for creativity to be success, it does require a little bit of conflict along the way. So check that out. My last suggestion for you to get your theatrical kicks is there's loads of movies. If you don't like the old school movies, if you don't like documentaries, if you don't like theatre on film, there's still loads of musical films that have been made. You've got Hairspray, you've got Rent, The Last 5 Years, Once, Sunshine on Leith, Sweeney Todd, Into the Woods. They've all been made into high-end, high production value films. So you'll still get your theatre kick, your musical kick, but it'll maybe be in a kind of more modern setting that you feel more comfortable watching at your home. If you are an aspiring actor and you want to work in theatre, the thing that I would suggest you do now, in this time, if you're not familiar with them, is watch the old MGM movies. It is some of the greatest dance theatre you will ever see in your life. If you're not familiar with them, go and watch them. I'm always staggered that when I teach students and I make a reference to Gene Kelly or Ann Miller or Sid Charisse, that they don't know who I'm talking about, because to me, they are modern musical theatre. We don't have modern musical theatre without these legends. If you've never watched a Gene Kelly film, get yourself a cup of tea, load up YouTube, type in Gene Kelly, and just settle down for at least an hour of quality entertainment. Get yourself lost in a YouTube rabbit hole just watching more of these films. The Nicholas Brothers. Watch the Nicholas Brothers. They basically inspired all modern tap. And from the Nicholas Brothers, that'll probably link to Savion Glover, who's probably the best tap dancer in the world today. So you can easily go in 5 minutes from the Nicholas Brothers, the foundation of modern tap as we know it, to Savion Glover, one of the world's pioneers. In the meantime, you'll probably come across Dean Perry, the man who made Tap Dogs. That is how the algorithm works. You'll just get lost from one video to the next video to the next video, and they will all be worthwhile. So if you are interested in training as an actor, particularly in musical theatre, get to know the old films. So what can you do when you're at home watching these plays or watching these musicals or these documentaries to help you improve as an actor? Well, I'd say the first thing is just watch them, enjoy them. And then if there's a performance that you particularly enjoy or a scene you particularly loved, go back and watch it with a slightly more analytical eye. Look at how they transition maybe from talking to singing, how that transition is seamless, there's no break. Analyze when they're singing, is it all about how wonderful the voice sounds, or are they more interested in conveying the story and actually telling the plot? Another way to look at is how they transition from maybe the scene into the dance. Most times in these musicals, they don't just start going razzmatazz, they start gradually, the physicality frees up and then they start to dance. These little segues from one skill to the next, particularly for a musical theatre performer, is so important. If you can journey from speech to song really smoothly, it takes you up a level in your performance quality. I think I've covered everything for now. If I think of anything else, I'll whack it in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this video, if this is the kind of thing you like, please, please, please hit the like button. If you loved it, hit the subscribe button. If you have any suggestions, please whack it in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you and then to make videos that you want to see, more importantly. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.